only 10 laps ago. They've changed the rubber. We don't know why. It caught us by surprise. He now spins away. I don't know if he suspected a tire going down or what, but totally a surprising stop for Mansell.
And of course, in doing that, he relinquished the lead of the race. Fittipaldi has taken it over. Mansell came out of the pits in 4th place and now has the job once again of having to work his way back up through the field. But twice already today, he's proven very capable of that.
The most likely thing on that has to be that he thought he had a flat tire, punctured tire going down, but we sure didn't see anything. He was leading it when he came in, and it was a normal stop.
He comes out on cold tires, which means that both Scott Goodyear and Mark Smith behind him will be in a little better condition to corner, and Scott Goodyear moved around Mark Smith when he slowed down there. Of course, Goodyear is well up in the order ahead of Smith. Goodyear currently running in 15th and Smith in 22nd. And now Nigel Mansell coming back up to full speed as his tires begin to heat up and allow him to brake a little bit harder.
Now you watch Scott Goodyear pulling up, trying to get around Mansell. He's actually faster. He just was in the wrong place to brake and get into the turn first. But both of those now are 93 Lolas with Ford engines in them, so you can see how close they are.
Well, look at Scott Goodyear as he swings back and forth, looking at a place to take a shot at Mansell and move forward. Goodyear's not had a great run to this point because he does sit back in 15th. Got involved a little bit earlier on, but Goodyear is another one of these drivers that is a charger in this year. Had a great season last year. Remember his 2nd place finish at Indy and his win at the Michigan 500. You can expect a lot out of Scott Goodyear and Derek Walker's team this year.
He's a lot like Rick Mears. He comes on stronger at the last call than he does on early.
Well, there is Mark Smith, the 25 car. Let's go down to the pits. Gary Gerald maybe can give us an update on the Mansell pit stop.
Well, it was exactly as we suspected. He thought that he'd had a puncture. Remember, about 6-7 years ago, he lost a world championship in the final race in Australia when a tire went away. This time, the tire apparently wasn't going away. He suspected it. That's why he came to the pits and got fresh rubber back out there. Could prove to be a very costly stop. It's now a 3-stop race for Nigel Mansell.
Again, that learning curve that Nigel is so very much aware of as he gets all the small sensitivities that the cars will show him, and as he learns these cars, much of that can only be learned when you're wheel-to-wheel in competition. Fittipaldi is in front, Gordon second, Mario Andretti third. Al Unser Jr. and his family had a great time swimming with the dolphins here. Look at this. Little Al out there. Wow, what fun. At SeaWorld, not far from here. There's Shelley. And when I said the whole family, yeah, I'm sorry to report, would you do that to your pet dolphin? Let Bobby Unser on? I don't think so. Al Unser Jr., not his greatest of days, running 17th right now behind his teammate Danny Sullivan, while the leader of the race, Emerson Fittipaldi, is leading Robbie Gordon by 2.9 seconds. Let's get an update on this Gallus team. Go to the pits and Gary.
Well, here's Rick Gallus. And Rick, that unfortunate incident puts little Al way back. You're running in 17th. So what is your plan now for the rest of the event?
Well, I think my plan is just to go home after this race, Gary. We've had a horrible time, and just hadn't really been our weekend. We've struggled and everything, but the team's kind of hung in there, and we thought we had a good run with Al. And I really don't know what happened out there, but unfortunately we lost 4 laps, and right now we're just gonna do the best we can and try to finish.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks at Phoenix, that's for sure.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
All right, thank you, Rick. Now let's go further up pit road. Here's one of the real fascinating stories of this weekend, and Jack Arute has the details.
Gary, right behind me, Buddy Lazier is undergoing his 2nd stop of the afternoon. Lazier is very thankful that he's in the race because, come here, look at this. This is the nose, all that's left of it, that he had on the front of the car when it crashed yesterday in practice. Now, you might say, no big deal, you can just replace it. Well, the problem was they were in such a rush to secure sponsorship, they built up a show car and used their last nose on the show car, came to Australia only with the nose on the car. So here's what they had to do. They located a nose in Las Vegas, Nevada, late yesterday afternoon. They took a friend who lived in Las Vegas. He picked up the nose from a collector. He carried it in his hands by air to Los Angeles, California. They then tried to put it on a United Airlines flight. Unfortunately, the flight had already departed for Sydney. The people at United Airlines called Qantas. Qantas said, well, mate, our flight hasn't left yet. They rushed the nose over there from United. They literally took the brand new nose, put it in coach, I hope, strapped it in a seat, and flew it over here to Sydney. From Sydney, it made its way to the airport here in Gold Coast, and then a helicopter was dispatched, and the nose was delivered at 9:30 this morning, attached to the car just in time for Buddy Lazier to take advantage of the final practice before the start of this race. I guess you could say that Lazier is in this race with a little help from his friends.
Buddy Lazier currently running in 12th place, so it was most certainly worth it to get that car into the action here today.
Besides the cost of the nose, think what it's worth today, Paul.
I'll tell you what, just a coach ticket over here can be something pretty expensive. Ask Jack Root. He ran up a whale of a bill trying to get out of Atlanta. You know, we went through the Atlanta airport, which you did not last week, right in the middle of that blizzard. And there were, several thousand people sleeping overnight in the airport. I can't tell you how happy we were when we touched down in Sydney, Australia. At the front of the field, it is this car. Emerson Fittipaldi. Robbie Gordon runs in second place. Mario Andretti is third, but Nigel Mansell has been on a charge after his problems. Remember, he has one pit stop that came early that included a stop-and-go penalty. And then while in the lead, he thought that he had a tire going down, pitted, made a stop, took on new tires. It turned out that there wasn't a problem at all. And so Mansell is now closing up here, as you can see, on Mario Andretti. He's been whittling off of Andretti's position steadily for the last 5 or 6.
Mansell, he's used to winning races just like Mario. He's going to pass him anytime and wherever he can do it. So we ought to see a good one here.
So the two Kmart cars in battle. And there they come, and here comes Mansell looking for any opportunity. Bobby, it amazes me how deep into the corner he can drive those cars.
Yeah, some people have a knack for doing that. I've always told you Little Al does also. But if you notice when Mansell brakes going into the turns, he gets offline just a little bit. I think what he's searching for is a little bit drier pavement, Paul. And there he is jumping the curbs again like he did when he's following him a little while ago.
And here you can see, too, that Andretti has obviously been in contact. His right front nose wing is gone. How much of a disadvantage does that put Andretti?
Well, on the slow turns, it won't hurt him at all. But on the fast turns, obviously, it's going to make a difference. Even going through the chicane, which you're down to 60 miles an hour, entering them, it's going to hurt, and leaving, it's going to hurt.
And that sort of thing is a consequence of these very long, very fast straightaways going into very slow corners.
And so the people know it's really easy to knock a wing off. Mario could have just barely touched another car while he's trying to pass him, and it just breaks like glass, and away they go. In the old days, they were made out of aluminum, and they would bend a lot. Today, they're carbon fiber, and they just break.
So Mansell, behind the man who's helped him so much in the practice and the testing sessions for the Indy cars. Now he has another world champion, Mario Andretti, just in front of him and has his target set on him. So did Mario Andretti show him every trick of the Indy cars?
I don't think Mario will ever do that, Paul. Mario's been around a long time.
So Mansell and Andretti in the battle right now. Another Andretti missing from the IndyCar ranks over the winter. Michael took a further step to follow his father. He joined the powerful McLaren Formula One team. After extensive testing, he faced his first challenge on the starting grid at South Africa last week. A respectable qualifying was ruined by a balky clutch. As the rest of the field roared away, Michael was stalled. 4 laps later, a crash cut off a wheel and ended his day. The former IndyCar champion's dreams of a great start in F1 were over in a few short minutes. But Michael's momentary anger usually converts to stronger determination. Here in Australia, the race was watched by 2 world champions, Nigel Mansell and his teammate, Michael's dad.
Well, I just really felt for him. Obviously, I'm sure he was hoping for better, but it's just one of those things, and you almost have to be tough enough to put it behind you and look forward to the next race. And he can hardly wait for Brazil now. Because, as I said, he was hoping for at least a full race under his belt, which could have been very, very meaningful.
And those 2 guys who were sitting on the couch as such friends just a week ago, look at them now as Mario Andretti with Nigel Mansell climbing all over him, and Mansell gets around Andretti, moving up into 3rd place as he does so. So a great battle there on this circuit at Surfers Paradise. That puts Fittipaldi still in front, being chased by Robbie Gordon. Nigel Mansell back up to 3rd, Mario Andretti 4th, and Arie Luyendyk sits in 5th. Well, Bobby Unser wouldn't let us swim with his dolphin friends, but we did get a chance to try this man-made lagoon with some scuba diving. It's just across the racetrack, across the Gold Coast Highway from the pits. What a great idea it is, too. Man-made lagoon. It's called Reefscape. At the track itself, Robbie Gordon right now runs in second place. He is a full 3 seconds behind this man, Emerson Fittipaldi. But the fastest lap of the race was just turned in by Nigel Mansell, running in third place, a full 13 seconds behind this man, Robbie Gordon.
And Robbie Gordon, right there in the black number 14 cars, had it said pit on the board. Come in. So he should be coming in real soon now, Paul.
Robbie Gordon, in fact, should come in at the end of this lap. The question is Fittipaldi, as he comes onto the pit road as well. So first and probably second place, we'll watch for Robbie Gordon as well, as the A.J. Foyt crew is out for him. The Penske crew is out for Fittipaldi. There's Rick Reineman. There is also the Robbie Gordon car. Routine stops for both. Rick Reineman, the chief on this car, as he gets the right side, right front change. Now the fuel rolls into the car. And already Fittipaldi is away. Robbie Gordon really wanted to get going. The stop has now gone long as the engine has stalled on his car. Finally, they get it going again. Robbie says, I'm ready, and they are back into the fight. Very costly stop, though, for Robbie Gordon.
You have to wonder why he didn't take off. I saw one of the cart officials down there, and maybe there was something he was holding him up for, Paul.
So Robbie Gordon dropped back into fourth place. That brought Mansell up into second, and Mario Andretti up into third. But of course, both Mansell and Andretti have to make a stop.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is lap 44. We're showing Mansell is probably going to have to stop around 52 because he should have an extra stop because he came in with a flat tire, what he thought was a flat tire.
Yeah, it's only been 14 laps since his last stop. As Fittipaldi now comes up to full speed, that's Teo Fabi right there alongside of him. The Marlboro number 4, that's Fittipaldi. And Fabi, of course, is on nice warm tires that are sticking real well, and Fittipaldi still has to bring his up to temperature.
It takes about two laps, to get these tires back up to temperature. So the guys slide, and they know that. It's like driving on wet pavement for a little while.
Let's go to the pits now, Gary Gerald.
Update on the Gordon situation, a 24-second stop. As you called it, Paul, the motor died. He lost the clutch when he exited. His immediate concern on the radio, we don't have to make any more pit stops, do we? Because he no longer has a clutch.
Now, what that means of no longer having a clutch is that the clutch is engaged. He can still get around the racetrack all right, Paul, but what it means is it doesn't work. The pedal, when he pushes it up and down, won't release it. But with these cars,